Out of all the hundreds of world-famous podcasts, this is one of them. It's the Dave and Doc Podcast.
Masks optional.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, happy day. We're back in the habit.
Look at this. Right? We're back at the same place at the same time.
Yes. I couldn't let House take my spot either.
Right?
I mean,
like that?
Landon's after me. House is after me.
Listen, everybody.
These are competitive people, man.
Right?
I mean, for
right?
real. Come get some. We're back. We're bad.
That's right. Welcome
He's
to
Dave. I'm sometimes mad.
That's right. Lethal Weapon, right?
Yeah. Except I changed it up because I'm not Danny Glover. I'm not anywhere near as cool. Actually, Mel Gibson says the line, but Danny Glover's pretty cool.
He is pretty cool.
Yeah,
he's pretty cool, dude.
I can't get there.
You know, they're making
Mel Gibson's just.
They're making a fifth Lethal Weapon movie now.
Really?
Yeah, they announced it. I don't know, sometime. They announced it sometime, but yeah, they're making a fifth Lethal Weapon.
Is Mel Gibson in it?
Yeah, Glover and Gibson.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, there's an Indiana Jones movie coming out.
That makes me sad, though.
Indiana Jones and the case of the
hidden toot, the toot,
the forgotten pudding,
Tutankhamun.
It's going to be some kind of retirement home thing or something. I don't know.
Oh.
But hey, folks, welcome to the show. This is show 17. I'm Dave,
and I am Doc,
and we are back. And you can listen to us Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Pandora, TuneIn, Podcast Addict, Pocket Cast, Your Cast, and all the other casts. And also on YouTube, which surprisingly with YouTube, people are actually listening or watching on YouTube, and I don't understand why.
And their phones and computers are surviving.
I guess.
That's amazing.
I don't know.
That's
it's a little surprising to me, but hey, you know what? If you're a glutton for punishment, there you go. Crank it up on YouTube.
We're just rugged like that.
We are.
You
right?
know, bougie like Applebees on a date night.
Gosh,
Bourbon Street steak and Oreo.
That is a
shake.
place I absolutely hate. Is Applebee's.
The Bourbon Street steak and the Oreo shake.
I hate everything
Not
about Applebee's. Something happened there. So I used to go to Applebee's a lot, right?
Oh yeah, because back in the day that was the spot. Chicken finger basket, riblet basket,
the riblet basket,
the half price appetizers after
Right.
10 when you're in college. That's a huge deal because you have no money.
Well, so I used to. So in a former life, I was an RF engineer, right? Yeah, look at me, right?
Take that.
Yeah, take that, right? So I would travel to tower sites and stuff. And
Yes.
there was one tower site in Withville, Virginia, as a matter of fact, when I would come back through. Withville. And
W-I-T-H-E. Withville, not W-I-T-H. Okay.
No.
Went over to Withville.
Gotcha,
Withville. Got it.
And so on my way back, I would stop in Bluefield.
Oh, Bluefield, West Virginia.
Yeah.
Knew a girl in my logistics 460 class from Bluefield, West Virginia.
Yeah.
Yes, not much in Bluefield, West Virginia.
Apparently,
there's an Applebee's.
There's an Applebee's there. So
Did you have a date night at that Applebee's?
I didn't. I would stop in the middle of the day. So I would get the boneless wings, right? Because
Yes.
I really liked the sauce.
Yes.
And so I talked to the manager once, and I said, "Hey, manager, I really like this sauce. Would it be possible for me to purchase this sauce?" And he says, "Well, no one's ever asked us that." And I said, "Well, I'm asking." So
First time for everything.
So I would buy the sauce in like these huge. I can't
From the store?
from Applebee's. They would order an extra like 3-gallon tub of their hot sauce.
You're lying.
No. And here's what I learned, right? It was a real thick sauce. It wasn't overly hot. I like spicy stuff, but it wasn't overly hot, but it tastes good.
It had good flavor, but you weren't about to claw your nose off.
And I was putting it on everything, right? Like I was throwing it on bacon. I was throwing it on brats. And like people were like, "This is really good. Can you give me some of that?" I'm like, "Sure," right? And then one time I asked, and they said, "Yeah, we can't do that anymore." And like this was after months and months and months of me getting the sauce, and I was very disappointed. But I'm like, okay. But then I hadn't been to Applebee's in probably probably a few months. I stopped again.
They changed
got the wings, and they changed the sauce.
That's why they couldn't sell
That's
it.
why they couldn't sell it.
Dang. And it wasn't the same.
No, it was terrible.
Don't you hate that? It's like,
Yes.
like, this is good. Why?
Speaking of which, Hooters is another place. Listen, I have been going.
I haven't been to a Hooters in a hot minute.
Listen, we still order
Mother
wings.
and father-in-law. Actually, I've never been to a Hooters.
So I'm lucky enough that my wife could care less, and we actually will go to Hooters. But I used to I used to frequent the Hooters. Yeah, I know you're not going there, but
well, that there's more than one reason why you can't go there, man. I mean, the GI. I don't need the GI upset.
yeah, that's true too.
I mean, in college, we would get the 100 wing platter,
And you're wondering why you did it to
which
yourself.
is nasty. And I would eat. There would be like 6 of us. Okay, let me tell you, this would go. I would eat 35 to 36 of those breaded wings with the hot sauce or the medium sauce on it.
Yeah.
And eat fries and drink Coke, Diet Coke.
Yeah.
And I mean, let me just tell you. Burns.
Oh, I mean, about
Burns.
8 or 9 hours later, you're
Oh,
questioning. Not even that long.
Let's try about an hour and a half. So I had to. I'm like, this is great. We did this. I don't know why we did this. I overate, and I'm going back to the apartment, or I'm going back to the dorm because when I lived in Hess Hall, and sometimes the guys on my floor, we'd go there and eat because we thought that was cool. It's not really cool.
No, well,
But about an hour and a half. No, and it was boom.
So when I lived in Virginia Beach,
Rim rocker.
We were
Okay. Rim rocker.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
I'm just letting you know. Okay.
There's taste buds everywhere, right? North and south.
Apparently, yeah.
So we would go there, and my favorite sauce was the 911 sauce. Right?
Yeah, I couldn't eat 35, 30. It is good, but
It's really good. I would question my life choices later. Definitely. So just recently, we were ordering wings, and Lindsay's like, "Hey, you want to do Hooters?" So yeah. So
They changed it.
and so they just got rid of that sauce. They just got rid of it. Like,
I mean, I hadn't been to one 20 years probably.
Yeah.
Maybe 18, 20.
Well, it hadn't really changed in 20 years until like about a few months ago, and. So now they have this sauce that apparently is like close to it or whatever, and it's not bad, but it's not the same. Like, why can't I don't understand.
They want to upgrade, but it's not really an upgrade.
But I mean, why would you just get rid of a sauce? I mean, are times that tough at Hooters? We got to cut cost. We can't spend as much on the uniforms. We got to make the uniforms smaller, and we got to cut the cost on the sauce.
Don't they make them buy their own uniforms?
I don't know.
I think they have to buy their own stuff.
I
think that's part of the. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
In earlier times, I actually dated someone who worked at Hooters.
I'm looking in the camera directly on this one. Oh my!
Her name was Bo.
Stop your.
I'm not kidding. Her name was Bo. B-A-U. And
was that for a bodacious?
It's a yeah.
Bojangles. Bojangles. It's getting bad.
It was cool to like go because it's like, hey, Dave, you want to go? I mean, no, I got to go pick up my girlfriend. Oh, where's she at? Well, she works at Hooters. That's right.
Got you.
That's right.
Instant guy cred.
Right. So, yeah, I think she said that she had to buy her own uniform.
Yeah.
And she actually purchased what's called a water bra. I still don't know what that is. Is it actually a bra that has water in it? But that's what she said. A water bra. Is that what that is?
Do you see this face? I don't know what that. I mean, so here's what I'm gonna postulate.
Okay,
which
here
is
we go.
dangerous.
Yes,
my head's officially hurting. We're only about 5 minutes into the show. I'm assuming support, but also give a little. Give the lift.
Yeah.
So because I mean,
right.
Right. It's the Owl restaurant,
That's right.
I mean, that's what I would assume.
Maybe
comfort and there you go. I did not know that.
I didn't know that either, but yeah,
obviously I never dated a Hooters girl.
I've never heard of a water bra until then.
Here you go.
What the hell's a water bra?
Speaking of jokes, we must move on. We don't get the.
I mean, I am wearing one right now. It's with my Sammy Hagar T-shirt.
Great support. Very supportive.
I need the support.
It's the Wonder Bra.
It's
Dave Man and the Water Bra.
It's the Wonder Bra with water.
That sounds like a bad children's book.
It's the brand new Wonder Bra now with water.
Another potential sponsor.
Right.
So this week we don't have any smack talk, right? Landon doesn't have any smack talk.
No,
right
no
now.
smack talk from Landon.
He was feeling bad. He was, he was getting out of me.
Yeah.
So here they are. So we're fresh off. We were out last week. We went on vacation, went down to the beach, had a great time. So I've got some good ones today.
All right.
So you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. This first one's a healthcare one. So my dad died when he couldn't remember his blood type. As he died, he kept insisting, be positive, but it's hard without him. You like that one. That's legit. That's legit.
Ridiculous.
The day I turned 42, I could see my child doing this to me. The day I turned 42, my daughter walked up to me and said, happy, and started timing on her watch. After a long silence, she said, 42nd birthday. I was so proud.
Oh, no.
And then my last one, this is bad. When I went to, did I tell you what Bourbon Street, did we talk about that? I can't remember. Did I tell you? No, we had not gone down there yet.
No, you were going to Bourbon Street.
So, and we went in the middle of the day. Okay, Bourbon Street, this is why this joke is funny to me, sort of. It smelled like weed and vomit and hot garbage. And
there was an Applebees there.
And beer and weed. Now, notice how that got bookended.
Yeah, I did. I saw that.
That was no bueno. I was like, I'm glad I saw it, but I don't need to see it again. Food was great. We had these sauteed crab claws and everything. So anyway, the joke is, I wrote down the names of all the people I hate on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
But my roommate used it to roll up a joint.
Yeah.
Now he's high on the list of people I never want to talk to again. Took a minute for that one to develop. The be positive. See, I always get off with a good one, and then we kind of struggle.
Yeah,
it's okay. And moving on.
The be positive was good.
Applebees.
Yeah,
we did not eat at Applebees in New Orleans. No.
I haven't eaten at Applebees in probably 15 years.
It's been a minute.
But that's why, because they changed
the sauce.
Just stop changing your crap.
I know. I don't understand it.
I'm not a fancy guy. I mean, listen. I mean, look at me. I'm wearing a Sammy Hagar T-shirt on a Saturday. I'm not a fancy guy, and I don't require a lot. I really don't.
But don't change the sauce. Don't change the sauce.
Don't change the sauce.
Don't change the sauce.
Put your water bra on and keep the sauce.
And keep the sauce the same.
Yeah.
That's right. Listen, Patricia. Keep it real. Keep it real.
Right.
Right? That's all all we are saying is bring back that sauce.
I know. Right?
That's upsetting. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It is. Right. It's tough. So we've missed some stuff.
A lot.
In the last couple of weeks. Yeah. I've got a lot of funny stories to talk about that's happened to me. But
that's what I'm looking most forward to.
Yeah.
I really am. Because this stuff only happens to you.
But it really does. It only happens to me. But
I mean, a kid fell in the pool beside me at the hotel we were staying at, but he only fell into like the first step, and like I didn't realize it because I was looking at my daughter, with what she was on her kickboard and she was fine, and I turned back and he's already stood back up. Apparently, like he just fell in. He was like 3. I mean, fortunately, I was right there, and had he fallen in, I would have grabbed him, but he didn't know how to swim.
Oh,
yeah,
yikes.
And his mom came flying over from the hot tub to like try, and I was like, how did he get over here?
Right.
So
you can't, I mean, that's,
so you kind of feel bad.
I'm one of those dads that like walk beside of my child and like put my hand beside of their head if I think they're going to like run into something on the wall.
Oh yeah.
I'm that dad.
Oh yeah.
I'm that dad.
No, I mean, both my girls, I mean, they can swim. Kate, Kate being younger, she won't flip over to take a good breath and stuff. So I swim with her whenever she's swimming.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that's the same thing. Like if they're getting ready to hit something, or I just carry them everywhere like Kate.
Yeah,
those sweet feet shall never touch the floor.
Well, she's a princess.
Yeah, she is a prince. Both of them.
They're princesses,
and they did fantastic on vacation. But anyways, but yeah, they really did. So, but yeah, I don't have any fun. Did you see that about?
Yep.
About yanked myself, gave myself whiplash. Well, what happened? Well, today on the show, Doc destroyed his cervical discs. And now he's been hit with the future and now walk with a limp.
There you go. Well, then you're full Dr. House at that point, right?
Yeah.
Get the cake.
I can't do the Percocet. We can't do that.
So we
But there were several like current events, life event stuff,
So
that we missed,
and we didn't get a chance to talk about the Chris Rock and Will Smith incident, and
which was I still can't believe that.
Here's the thing. Here's my number one. I don't know how many people go to the Oscars, but I mean, there's a couple thousand people there at least.
Yes,
and maybe
So
everybody there
are not empty seats,
right?
If you got a chance to go, people are going,
and so everybody there witnessed an assault. That's what happened.
Actually, when you make contact, it's battery.
It is. Yeah. It is. I mean,
so it was true battery.
It was assault and battery.
Interestingly, did you see him when he did slap him? I mean, like he kind of did the fade back.
Yeah,
it was like a fade away because I think it's almost like did he think he was going to do something back to him once he did it? Because he was kind of like,
I don't know.
Yeah,
hey, Will Smith's a big dude.
Oh yeah,
I mean, Will Smith's a big dude. Chris Rock is not.
Yeah,
I mean, how about Chris Rock putting his hands behind his back? Like, but I mean, he didn't know what was coming. I mean, for Chris Rock, it was. He probably thought, oh, he's just coming up here to do something funny. But here's what I don't understand.
But it wasn't.
So the people that are in charge, which apparently are idiots at the Oscars. I mean, they're just absolute idiots. They asked Will Smith to leave, and Will said, "Yeah, I don't want to leave." And they said, "Okay, what? Where else can you do something like this and get away with it other
not
than
be escorted out?
The morons in Hollywood, and that's the only place on earth." And let me. And again, this I'm ranting a little bit here, but these are the people that so many other people in this country listen to for guidance on political views and social issues and
True.
and other worldviews. These are the people that a lot of people look up to. These are also the people that beat the hell out of each other on live television, and it's just okay. I mean, so let's
two adults
over
a joke, and I get it. And here's the thing, it's not nice. It's not. I mean that was not nice what he said.
No, it wasn't.
But have we never? I mean, have you ever watched Kings of Comedy? I mean, they pick on all kinds of people.
Oh,
I mean, I know that's old. That's 25 years. I mean, obviously things change with time. So it wasn't nice what he said, but I mean, have you met Chris Rock? I mean, have you met like D.L. Hughley and some of those people? I mean, they pick on people.
Right.
And that's just what they do.
I mean, he's sitting in the front row and Chris Rock is on stage. He's going to say something, and it wasn't even that funny. I mean, it wasn't even that funny. It wasn't even that, I mean, I've heard Chris Rock say a whole lot of stuff, and that wasn't.
Oh, that could have been a lot worse.
Oh, yeah.
Could have been a lot worse.
Oh, yeah.
And then I don't know. I don't even know. And I mean, here's the thing. Will Smith.
I know, right?
You won the dadgum Oscar for best actor.
Yeah.
You know, and I guess don't they know ahead of time that they're going to win it? Do they tell them or not? I don't know if they do or not.
I don't know.
I don't know how those. But here's the thing. So regardless, you're nominated.
Yeah.
Great role. Great. You're super talented.
Yeah.
You've been super talented for decades.
Yeah.
Why do you need to do that?
No.
You don't need. You're so far. You could be so far above that.
Right.
You don't need to. Because the only person who's that really hurt. Okay, he smacked him in the face.
Yeah.
He's probably been punched in the face.
Probably.
You know. I mean, that made him look terrible. And then they didn't escort him out. It's like, wait a minute, you know, you preach on all the, you know, don't be violent, don't do this, don't do that.
Oh, yeah.
Here's a great moment to say, you know what, you're not above that either. And they didn't make him leave.
I know.
And
it's
I'm like,
almost like Hollywood's a little delusional.
Oh, or a little, you know, hypocritical.
Very much so.
I mean, you know, and like I said, it's one of those things. And I'm sure you've been in these situations. You get upset about something.
Yeah.
Your emotions get the best of you. Who's the one that really pays the price?
Right.
It would be me or you.
Yeah.
And it was Will Smith. It's like, Will, you have everything to lose in this scenario, you know, and really nothing to gain.
Not to mention the fact that Jada was like Will was laughing when it first happened.
Well, they said that was her reaction was kind of what provoked it, which that whole dynamic, I don't get it.
I mean, it just, I mean, it's to me, again, I mean, these are the people that have all these political statements and they're shaping the way one particular political party represents themselves. They're shaping that. And because of that, you're right. I mean, they preach, peace and love and all and acceptance and tolerance.
Sorry, I can't get this thing close enough to my face.
And then all of a sudden, I mean, he walks up there and just smacks the guy in the face.
Yeah.
For no reason. I mean, he's a comedian.
And it wasn't a play slap. I mean, that was real deal smack you.
What I can't understand is like, okay, he did it, great. When he apologized, he really didn't apologize to Chris Rock. He apologized for his actions, but not to Chris Rock.
That's true.
And he didn't get escorted out. And you're right. I mean, like 30 minutes later, he's up there, crying and, love makes you do stupid things. No, stupid makes you do stupid things. And you did something stupid.
And again, everything to lose. Why in the world? Yeah. Why in the world would you do that? Why? I mean, there is nothing for you to gain from doing that.
No.
And I when I was younger, I mean, I had some militant moments. I was like, we're gonna fight. That's fine. Yeah. No, then you get older and you're like, that is really dumb because I'm the one that's gonna.
I mean, not to mention the fact. I mean, if you can't take a joke,
right?
I mean, that something's just wrong. I mean, that's just listen. I get that she has alopecia. I get it. I've had it as well. You are welcome to say whatever you want to about. I don't care. Like I just don't care because, I mean. At some level of success, you just don't care anymore. People have been making fun of Bill Gates being a nerd for years.
Right. And Bill Gates, he just relishes in it. Because he's like, that's fine. It's like my statistics teacher, Dr. Leon, said, he's like, it is good to be a nerd when you get older. He was Cuban, and I loved the guy. I loved him. He was it was awesome. It was awesome. No, I loved him. And that's what he'd say. He's like, no, it's good to be a nerd, I promise. I mean, I promise. Be nerdy, because look at these people, and you're like, yep, they're pretty dadgum successful.
Well, and Bill Gates, I mean, like, he couldn't physically count all of his money. That tells you, I mean, okay, being nerdy is fine. So, I mean, he's been made fun of for years. I mean, Steve Jobs wore the same outfit every day and got made fun of. All these people get made fun of. We have roasts because they're funny, and the comedians are like going after people.
I mean, go back to some of that stuff. Yeah.
Pete Davidson's dad died in 9/11. He was a firefighter in 9/11 and died, and they made fun of it at a roast. And he just laughed about it because that's, if you get into comedy, this is just what happens. And Will Smith, I mean, I get like he's kind of transitioned into this dramatic actor, but let's not forget he was the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
True.
Let's not forget.
Hitch. Hitch is a funny movie.
Right.
It's a feel good movie.
Yeah.
I mean, he's done other stuff. No, I mean, he's a fun guy. Fun. It's almost, I don't know, man. It's almost like he got brainwashed or something.
And then screaming at Chris Rock after he's sitting back down, get my wife's name out of your mouth. And all that. And it's funny. I mean, just not to mention the relationship between he and Jada and all the stuff that's been pretty well publicized at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, I just if I never see those two people again, I'm fine with that.
It won't ruin your day.
I was telling Steven, I'm like, I'm just not going to watch any more of his movies. I'm just kind of done.
And I love Will Smith.
I did too. And it's like
Jada Pinkett Smith. I mean,
I don't really care.
Nurse Hawthorne.
Yeah. I mean, it's no. I mean, she's definitely not as famous as her husband.
No.
Is,
and you wonder how, I mean, does that mess up their dynamic?
You know who I haven't heard from though?
I love Will Smith.
I do too. But haven't heard.
I don't love what Will Smith did. I mean, no. And it does. It's gonna. I mean, it affects you. You're like, I don't think I want to go see his movies anymore. Again, won the Oscar.
I know.
For Best Actor.
Yeah.
For King Richard.
Yeah.
Which he is fabulous in.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
I mean, he's Richard Williams. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And anyway,
we haven't heard from Jazzy Jeff though. I want to know what Jazzy Jeff thinks about all this.
I bet Jazzy Jeff have been like, bro, you just smacked me. I'd have done beat your hiney.
I mean, what if that had been somebody? What if that had been Rogan up there?
Oh no! See here's
Rogan would have knocked him back to the front row.
Here's the difference with something like that. Okay, Chris Rock has his hands behind his back.
Yeah,
Rogan or Rampage Jackson, Randy Couture. I mean, any of those guys, we'll use Rogue because obviously he's still in the mainstream. Anderson Silva. I mean, any of those guys, you walk up to them like that, you're getting knocked out. First thing they're doing, their chin is going down.
Yeah.
Their hands are coming up. You're going to try to hit, you're going to try to do something like that. He'd have had him in a chokehold or something.
Yeah.
No. That would have never happened. That's the thing. And like I said, when he did it, it was almost like a fadeaway slap. Like it's almost like he was drifting back, like he thought something was going to happen when he did it.
You know what should have happened? Security should have tackled him to the ground. That's what should have happened. But it's the Oscars. We can't tackle someone to the ground. It is,
and I think everybody was just stunned.
Yeah,
too, because it was just one of those things. Like, did he really just slap him?
Yeah,
because I mean,
and how about Chris Rock?
You slapped him
right after what Chris Rock's like. He just slapped the shit out of me.
Right, I know. I mean, and you're just like
that's great. But yeah, I don't know.
Probably gonna be a minute before I see. I mean,
and again, I mean, Will Smith doesn't care what I think. Doesn't care what you think.
Doesn't know who we are from anybody.
No, he doesn't. But I mean, for God's sakes, man.
But if
somebody made a
lot of people,
joke,
a lot of people lost respect.
And not to mention the fact, like, if I was truly upset about that, because you've watched shows before, particularly the ESPYs, when athletes get a little upset, but when somebody says something, you go to them after the fact and say, "Hey, man, that wasn't cool.
That
just wasn't cool."
Right.
Because
those are people. I know Will Smith's a big guy, but most athletes can cause more damage than Will Smith. And they control themselves.
Oh yeah.
I mean. Right, it's after the fact. You say, "Hey, wasn't cool," and and what usually happens is you squash it right there. And Chris Rock probably would have issued something saying, "Hey, I'm sorry.
That was in poor taste or whatever.
It was poor taste. I'm not trying to make fun of somebody's physical appearance, even though that's been going on since comedy was invented.
Right.
And self-deprecation.
It's a staple in comedy.
So I mean, I get it. Yeah, and it wasn't fun. It wasn't. I didn't find the joke funny. It wasn't really that funny. It wasn't,
No.
not to me. And then like it was okay, and then all of a sudden it wasn't, and it was just it was a whole bizarre thing of events. Yeah. I don't even know. And then for them to do nothing.
That's
after talking about violence, and those different things, and then you do nothing, and then the guy, I don't want to leave. Tough.
Well, then, like,
here's our security to escort you out.
Denzel, what was the line that he said? Denzel said something about the devil comes to you at the high. It's like you guys are over. I mean, you're trying to make something dramatic here, where you just lost your temper and went and smacked somebody.
Yes,
I mean that's. Let's not try to be actors here, and
right. And don't try to justify it either, because you got mad and assaulted him.
Yeah. I can't understand it at all. But I mean, here's the group of people again that we, so many people rely on to tell us exactly how we're supposed to think.
Absolutely.
And, love and tolerance.
Once again, another poor example for the kids.
Right. I'm just glad I'm not the only poor example for kids now.
Right.
I'm glad there's
we're safe.
I think we're good.
We just talk about Tutankhamun. After eating Hooters. That's it. Yeah, I did. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, and good for Chris Rock. Like, he had a show like a couple nights later or whatever, and he basically said, he said something like, so what's new or something like that, and everybody's laughing. He says, hey, I'm not going to talk about it yet. I don't want to. I was a little surprised, and listen, I've been a Howard Stern fan my whole life. I've loved Stern. He's changed a lot in probably, in the last 10 years.
And some of that necessary, I mean, if you will.
That's true.
I mean,
I get. I mean, some of the stuff I get, but like he used to keep politics kind of out of whatever.
True, that's true.
I was really,
but that's one of the hot things.
It is, but I was really surprised though that he actually kind of just roasted Will Smith for it. He was like, "This is ridiculous." Like, so I was a little shocked that he.
But that's more like Howard of old.
It is. Oh yeah,
and they probably gave him a green light on that too. They're probably like, you know what.
Yeah,
because I mean, people agree with that. They're like, "What are you doing?"
It's ridiculous.
And again, Will Smith, why?
Yeah,
and I know this is a couple weeks removed now, but we said we were behind, but no need.
No,
you're like,
I know there's no.
That's the part I can't get over that. I'm like, why?
Yeah,
there is no need. You do not. You're just so above that.
I almost hope that Chris Rock from now on just has a Will Smith bit in every. How great would it be? I love Chris Rock. He's one of the funniest human beings and one of the most genuine human beings.
Absolutely.
I mean, just a super nice guy.
And made him look great because he didn't do anything bad.
No.
He just, and what's funny is he didn't even move.
No.
Like he slapped him and he didn't have to take a step back. And I was like,
What I would have
it also
loved.
showed probably a little bit of more of the toughness factor because he was just, it was crazy.
How great would it have been if he'd have like come up with a really good one-liner about Jada again after that happened? It's like, forget G.I. Jane 2. I think Will's going to star in that movie too. How great would that have been? I don't know. It was funny. I was listening to Rogan and some other folks too, and they were talking about had they been on stage, and like Will Smith walked up there and they're like, listen, if he walks up to me like that, he's getting knocked out. I'm just telling you.
Again, Kevin Hart has a skit. He talks about basically not being. He just kind of says he's a wuss. But he said, "You know what I'm afraid of? UFC fighters. You want to know why? Because they're real.
That's right.
They exist. Hit the pressure point, shut your whole body down. I can't do anything. I mean, seriously, because you don't know.
Oh no.
And you just wonder if it'd been somebody else up there,
right?
Who has." Again, I mean, okay, so it's Rampage Jackson. Quentin, he's up there. Will Smith ain't doing squat.
No.
You ain't coming up there to do that.
Like I said, if it was Rogan,
so that makes him look worse too. Because like, okay, you kind of picked on somebody that's smaller than you, that's not known for a physical presence.
Right.
And you slapped him.
Yeah.
Oh no, like I said, those guys, they know somebody that has intent.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things. I mean, I can remember my dad saying when I was younger, he was like, listen, if somebody really comes at you, walking at you, they're going to try to hurt you. You might as well just go ahead and try to, you either run away from it or you try to do something to stop them, and none of this first punch and this, that, and the other. Like if somebody's coming up there, I was scrawny when I was in high school, but when I started lifting weights, it really did make a big difference. But, I got in a fight my freshman year. And actually got suspended from school, and I only weighed like 142 pounds. But fortunately, I was a lot faster than the other guy. So, I just hit him a bunch of times and got him down on the ground, and had him in chokehold. Basically, ruined my 3-on-3 b-ball T-shirt that I was so proud of. Anyway, but he hit me first because I was just like in la la land, and after that was when my dad was like, "Listen, you got to be more aware. Right. Somebody's coming up at you." I mean, he came up at him, and there was clear intent that he was going to do something.
Yeah.
That he wouldn't have got far with any of those guys.
No. I mean, I was
said, UFC fighters, they're real.
Well, Shannon Sharp even said
Shannon Sharp, I wouldn't walk up Shannon Sharp said, do that.
He even said, he's like, let me tell you something. He's like, you walk up on me like that, you're getting knocked out. You're not going to have the opportunity.
Yeah. Shannon Sharp, who had the guns the size of a cannonball. Remember him? He's still in really excellent shape. But I remember when he played for the Broncos, I was like,
he's a big dude.
Like, bam.
He's a big dude.
Yeah, crush your skull with his bicep. I wouldn't. Yeah, you wouldn't run up on him either.
No,
it's crazy.
No.
Anyway.
Oh well,
we beat that horse enough. Will, not good.
No, it's ridiculous. But
Jada, leave him alone. Stop. Stop messing with his head.
And just be a normal couple. I mean, why can't...
No, those days are gone.
I mean...
I think they've got too much established to ever have that.
It's like Kevin Bacon and...
Kira Sedgwick.
Yeah. They don't even live in Hollywood because they said it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
They live in like Montana or something.
Well, even Demi Moore moved to Idaho to get away from all that crazy. A lot of them, yeah.
Yeah. Because it's like that's just
Jay Timberlake and I call him Jay Timberlake. Look at he's from Memphis. I'm from Tennessee. We're like but he and Jessica Biel they live up in Montana where it is had a beautiful ranch up there. They live away from it.
Yeah,
smart.
Yeah, definitely smart.
Smart.
But thanks to all the celebrities who preach love and tolerance. Thank you.
Yes,
I appreciate that.
Please practice what you preach too.
No kidding.
Thank you.
Hey, I want to show this. I'm going to show you. You saw these, but I'll show them. And if you're just listening to the podcast,
yes.
If you're just listening to the podcast and not watching it, then you're just kind of screwed here. But I'll show you. We actually have nice stickers. Look at that, the Dave and Doc stickers. Look at that. I'll cover the whole. Boom. Yeah. Boom. So, The plan with these is we're just going to kind of just put them everywhere. So if you see them,
Not like Tretch in the Naughty by Nature OPP video, though,
No.
where he places it on someone.
No.
None of that. These will be inanimate objects.
right?
Just to be clear.
I do.
I'm telling you, just because we have no budget, we have no legal counsel.
So
Just
let me ask
saying.
you this though, since
saying.
you have patients come in and you guys always put a Band-Aid over, like when you do like a.
I might just drop a Dave and Doc over it.
Could you just drop that on there? I think it'd be
I
fun.
might do it.
People walking out like, this is a weird Band-Aid.
Kind of sticky.
It's a little sticky and it's giving me a rash.
Starting to burn. I'm getting a rash. What's going on? What is this? Adhesive. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of ink is used in this either, but oh well. Yeah, so
But they were not expensive.
no, they were not.
And they look pretty awesome.
I mean, the last time that there was cheap glue or inexpensive stuff was George Costanza's fiance when she was licking the envelopes, folks. So be careful with the stickers. That's all I'm saying.
That's why we got the adhesive already included.
That's right. That's right.
That's it.
That's nobody's licking anything.
Knew you were smart. No,
Yeah.
nobody's licking it.
No.
That's exactly
No.
right.
No.
That's exactly right.
That's what I said to him. I said, "Hey, I want stickers that you like to lick."
That ends the conversation there. Lest we must say, the views of Dave Mann are of Dave Mann and Dave Mann alone. Thank you.
Y'all got the non-lickable stickers.
How much more of those?
How much more of them
$2?
non-lickable?
I'll take them. $2. I'll take them.
So,
Swag.
so there's
More swag's coming too.
oh yeah, more swag's coming. Stuff that's
We'll have to have contests here pretty soon.
yeah. I mean, stuff that is lickable. How about that?
There you go.
We'll have lickable swag.
There you go. That makes me highly concerned.
Yeah. Well,
Just it's okay. It's okay. With the 911 sauce from Hooters,
right.
Dave has a vat in his basement with it that he's hidden for years.
Oh, if I can make that sauce, you used to be able to buy it in jars too. You could like buy a jar of 911 sauce. They had it at Ingles and
Did they really?
Kroger. Oh yeah. It wasn't the same though. It just did not.
Really?
Yeah, it just didn't taste the same.
Didn't have that grease to it.
It didn't. It didn't have that grease.
I wonder if they dunk the water bra in the sauce.
I bet they do. You know what? You could probably sell a lot more of that sauce if it was in a water bra.
The water bra, not the Wonder Bra. Yeah.
Water bra container.
God. End of that.
As we're back in person now, we missed a lot of stuff over the last couple of weeks, but I'm going to give you a little health update on the Miller family here.
Y'all been struggling.
It's been pretty rough.
Struggle.
So a couple of weeks ago, our smallest, Paxton, was going to have some tubes put in his ears, breast enlargement, and no, wait a minute, that didn't happen. No, yeah, we marked that off at the last second. No, so he's going to have tubes in his ears, and
Insurance wasn't going to cover that.
no, they weren't. They,
Gotcha.
and then adenoids taken out as well.
Yes.
because he's had some sleep issues.
Yes.
Other than just being a baby. So that was scheduled on a Tuesday. The Friday before, he comes down with the stomach bug, right? So, I mean, if he's got an orifice, something's coming out of it. That's basically
At the
way-
same time.
At the
most
same
likely
time.
too, which is
At the same time.
Oh.
So we were like, oh, God.
hard
now,
on
now he's
hard on
not
little
getting,
people, too.
It's like, because now we've got this scheduled.
Yep,
And, like,
and
we
now
don't-
he's
so,
sick, and they
then, like,
touched him.
By like Saturday, he was fine, right? Like Saturday he was fine.
There you go.
So Saturday he was fine, but then Saturday night, then Lindsay got
Nobody else was
yes.
fine.
So and Lindsay's was not a 24-hour bug. It was like a 48-hour bug, and things were happening to her too. And so again, I'm playing mommy and daddy at this point, right? And Paxton doesn't want me to play mommy because Paxton, for the most part, Paxton can't stand me. He just I just live in the house, and every once in a while he's like, yeah, thanks. So I mean,
Nuggets.
yeah, right. So Nugget just wants Lindsay. So she's sick, and so like we had to like have people come over and help, and like, you know, because it was just bad. Because I mean, I'm trying to work too, right?
Right.
So like on Sunday night, like I'm up all night, and then like I had to take a vacation day the next day. Because I told my boss, I'm like, I mean, I'm exhausted. Like I've been up all night with, you know, and you know, well, no, I wasn't even sick. I wasn't sick yet.
Oh, not yet.
So then
It was just he wasn't having it.
So then
he wouldn't calm down.
Yeah, so he had his procedure on Tuesday, did just fine. And so then
Praise the Lord. That's
I think it was on Thursday, Lindsay did this soup that she makes. It's like this white bean chicken
it's a mistake.
soup, some sort.
No.
So
say no to the soup.
So
listen to me.
Normally,
look at this face. Say no to the soup.
So
we've talked about. Listen,
I know
she messes you up with the socks. Things that start with an S. Apparently, anything that starts with an S, you just need to stay away from with her.
So I eat the soup, right? And about 40 minutes later, you when you eat something, there's a natural progression here. I know you're a doctor, but I'll explain this to you. There's digestion.
Yeah, yes.
I know you don't know that.
You hope there's digestion, otherwise we've got a whole nother problem.
So after about 40 minutes, I'm like, that soup's still in my stomach. You know what I mean? Like you can just tell, right? Like it's not going through the natural progression of the ways things should. So I'm like, I told Lindsay, I'm like, I don't feel great. And so then I started getting a little woozy, get a little dizzy. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go to bed. It's like 8 o'clock.
That was a good idea.
I'm just going to go to bed.
That was a good idea.
So I ate another gallon of soup. Just kidding.
That's eyebrow raised.
Yeah. So
because dun dun dun.
Yeah. So I'm laying in bed and I've got my iPad there and I'm like watching some funny stuff and I'm like, all right, I'm going to try to go to sleep. Yeah. And I realized you get that feeling where you realize something bad is going to happen here. Okay. And I'm just prolonging the inevitable. So I started getting a little dizzy too, right? And so I'm like, okay, well, I'm in bed. It's not a big deal, right? So I'm like, all of a sudden my body says, hey, man, you need to get to the facility right now. So
oh, Lord.
On my way to the facility, I really got woozy. Okay, I need to lay down. So I lay in the floor in our walk-in closet, right? It's nice and cool, and I just lay down.
Wait a minute.
I just lay down.
Now wait a minute. I thought you were headed for the bathroom.
Oh, I passed the bathroom because I thought I was going to pass out.
Wait a minute. Why did you pass the bathroom?
Well, because
you went and laid down in the closet.
So the feeling.
Listen here, we got to talk about being clutch in these moments.
So you're right. So the feeling of passing out overtook the feeling of something's getting ready to happen.
Oh, okay. So you just had to get low.
I'm like, so yeah. So I had to. Shorty got low. Shorty got low.
Yeah.
So
that nasty soup I ate and the Reeboks with the strap. My tummy holler out said, "Give me a slap." I puked, right on the floor in that closet. Oh, whoa.
So I'm laying in the floor of the closet, and I break out in this cold sweat. Right?
Yep, you're having great nervous system response here. That's
good. And then my body says, "Hey, by the way, I wasn't joking about what I told you before. You need to get to the facility." So I run to the restroom and lose 9 pounds immediately out of one of my orifices. And then I realized the other orifice also needs to get rid of some soup. So I'm holding a trash can. This is terrible. And for 25 minutes, this is nonstop.
Ooh.
It's nonstop. And so
I'm not laughing at you.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
And so anyway, after that,
I had some soup one time for Valentine's Day because we just had to have the minestrone soup from Carrabba's. This is why I'm telling you, you stay away from soup.
Stay away
Look
from
at
soup.
this face. You do not. Yeah. That's the only day I ever missed for sickness. I did miss a couple days when my mother passed of residency was because Valentine's was on a Thursday.
Yeah.
And ate the minestrone soup. And no joke, thank God in that apartment, the bathtub was right beside of the toilet.
Right? Because So, I mean, I had a trash can. I still feel like I'm going to pass out, right?
Yeah, because you're having a parasympathetic nerve.
Yeah, so things are happening in both areas, right? So once that's done and I Lysol everything down and everything's cleaned back up, I go to, I go back to
Did you notify your wife of what was going on?
Oh, she knew.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Because she heard me, Right. And so she's like, oh, I bet you have this bug. And I'm like, you think? It's like,
no, it's that sorry soup you fed me, dadgummit.
Well, she asked me, she said, do you think it was a soup? And I'm like,
I would have said, hell yes, it is.
I'm like,
Laura knows when something she made upset my stomach. Like, I'm just like, yeah, it is.
I'm like, here's what I know.
There ain't no doubt.
And I said, I'm not a doctor, but here's what I have.
Here's my
I've
surmise
ascertained
of the situation.
Yeah, so I surmise the fact that
we're volume down currently. Volume down.
So what's coming out of my stomach, perhaps that was something wrong with it. But what's already in my intestinal tract, that was already there. So that something's up. So there's a bug here.
Whammy.
So anyway, it takes me about a day to recover. It's actually I didn't have any more episodes after the one. Actually, it's like 25 minutes of whatever.
Well, now that's a blessing.
It is, and I mean
that 100% means that the upper was the soup.
It probably does.
You got to stop putting Bisquick in it. Try to thicken it up. Whatever flour. She tried to thicken it with something made you sick as a dog.
It's castor oil or something. Whatever she's putting in there.
She probably puts.
Oh crap! What was the episode?
Colon blow.
What was it? Colon blow and you? What was the stuff that? Oh god! It was one of the greatest Dr. Phil episodes. This woman was trying to make like a bouncy ball or something, and her husband accused her of trying to poison him by putting. Oh god! What was it?
Like the polymer based stuff in his food?
I mean, I don't understand. I can't remember. Like he said when he peed, like he was peeing bubbles, so he knew. And Dr. Phil was like, "You need to get checked out. Something's wrong with you mentally." But it starts with the B. Is it borax?
Yeah, borax.
Yeah, that's what it was. So he said that she was putting borax in his Coca-Cola, in the 2-liter bottle of Coca-Cola, and so like. I mean, of course, Dr. Phil has an unlimited budget, so he had like people like check it out, and he's like, so here's a 2-liter bottle of Coke, okay? Here's a 2-liter bottle of Coke. When I try to pour that much borax in it, do you see how this can't happen?
Right, it's impossible.
And his wife's like this gorgeous, and she was like in tears, and she's like, and this guy, I mean, he looked like me, right? Like he should not be married to this person, so. And I'm sitting there thinking the whole time, I'm like, dude, listen, even if she's trying to poison you, she's hot. Take one for the team. Take one for the team. Come on. What's wrong with you? These stupid people.
Don't be weak.
Don't be weak. But anyway,
maybe Lindsay put borax.
She might have put borax in my soup.
Borax in the soup.
I didn't get to look to see if there was bubbles in my pee because my head was in a trash can.
And you probably, yeah. When it was both coming out, the amount of pressure in there, you might have a little leakage, perhaps.
I lost 7 pounds.
I believe that.
I did. I lost 7 pounds.
We know at any given time, 10 to 12 pounds, maybe up to 15 is stool.
Yeah.
That's just hanging out inside of us. Isn't that delicious?
There wasn't no stool left at that point. So then it gets worse. So
that's fantastic.
By a day later, like I'm okay, right? Like I'm working from home. I didn't want to go in because of whatever.
And you're trying not to take another vacation day,
right? Like, I work.
I feel rumbly.
I work from home for a couple of days, and so then I get to the weekend. This was last weekend.
Were you blinded by the lights?
Revved up like a deuce.
I'm blinded by the lights.
Another runner in the night.
The weekend. Yeah. No, wrapped up like a something.
It's one of the most misheard lyrics of all time.
We're getting off topic. Oh God, I'm not getting. The set is going downhill. The razor blade. Why is there a razor blade in here?
Oh yeah, that
is a computer piece.
Yeah, it's a stick of RAM. Yeah,
a stick
of RAM. That's what that is. It's a stick of RAM.
Do you just walk around? You want to see my stick of RAM?
I do. Is that a stick of RAM in your pocket?
Let me know how that goes in certain circles. You want to see my stick of RAM?
Would you like to see my stick of RAM? This broadcast brought to you by Sticks of RAM.
It's rigid.
So no borax, but. So I'm feeling better.
Gets worse.
So everybody's fine. And then it was on, was it Saturday? Friday night or Saturday? I can't remember. But like it was the middle of the night, and like Lindsay wakes me up, and like she's like, "You have to help me." And I'm like, "What's going on?" She's pulled her back out of place. It's a bulging disc, partly because she was throwing up a week before. And so now she's like down in her back. So like, again, we're living through this for a whole week now where like she basically just can't move. So, yeah. So it's been rough goings here, man. It's been rough goings.
Man, when it rains, it pours.
It does, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's like, oh, this is awful. So like, I mean, she can't pick Paxton up, and and I had to put Nugget, and he doesn't.
He just looks at you like, "Don't you touch me!"
Right? Because he can't stand me. Right?
I will whoop upon you.
I mean,
He's a large individual.
Oh, and he's strong,
Husky.
He's like ridiculously strong. So,
Got to watch out for him.
yeah. So anyway,
He may be on the Oscars one day.
He might be. Chris Rock is age 90.
That's right.
He said,
Paxton Miller just slapped that out of me.
Nugget. You don't
Nugget.
look like no nugget to me.
Nugget. Smack. Take that, hot sauce. Got rid of my 911 sauce and Applebees on a date night. Mixed up your sauce and things ain't never been right.
What's your favorite restaurant?
Ooh.
What's your favorite one?
Like anywhere on earth, or like probably here in the K-Town.
So two. So one here in K-Town, and then one favorite on earth.
Here, and there's a few different. I would say probably old school. I always really have enjoyed going to Chesapeake's.
Me too.
And Calhoun's, Chesapeake's and Calhoun's, Copper Cellar,
The original Chesapeake's, right? Downtown.
The original
Downtown,
Chesapeake's. Yeah. I mean, the one out west is very nice. If you've ever been there,
Oh, it's
it
swanky.
It is swanky.
It's
But
swanky.
I'm talking about the old school. I would say probably Chesapeake's. Yeah. I would say Chesapeake's. Now in the world, my world. I mean, obviously, the only other place I've ever been. That Jamaica, honeymoon. I mean, I've been to California and different places. I would say probably I know, long pause, right? We're like,
It's a dramatic pause.
I will say eating at Donovan's Steakhouse in San Diego,
Yeah.
in the gas lamp district, not to be confused with the gaslight. We're not gaslighting. Donovan's, they wet age their steaks. Either that or maybe probably there or Peter Luger in New York.
Yeah.
Probably and they dry age. Probably those two.
Yeah.
Those are probably my favorite.
I think in Knoxville, I would probably say Chesapeake's as well, because I really like Chesapeake's. And probably in the world, I still Captain George's is. I mean,
We're going to Captain George's.
Yeah.
We're going to do a live on location.
How great would that
at
be?
Captain George's.
We wear our little bibs and
Oh my goodness.
have our.
We would just, that would just be, we're doing it. I don't know how we're going to get there, but somehow
That's right.
we'll just,
We sell these stickers for $1 a pop.
we could
sell stickers.
We could do it and pay our way to get up there, man. It's a business expense. The show is on the road.
So the reason I ask you about restaurants is because I love trying new places, and particularly places that are kind of
Which is
famous.
fun, yes.
Famous
Yes.
to Knoxville or
Yes.
the Maryville area.
Yes.
And I was told there's a sub place in Maryville that
That you got to go to.
that you got to go to. And kind of fast forward to the end of the story, the subs are very good. It's very good. So I go to this place,
But
and I met some folks that I used to work with. So
that's cool.
it's great.
Well,
So-
that's fun too, to have a little reconnect.
And what I heard was that they
Nobody left the toilet running.
no.
that was very good. Very good. Very good.
Apparently, the complaint about the place is when it gets busy, it's the lobby's kind of small.
Because it's an older restaurant, right?
Older restaurant, and so and apparently they're really slow about taking your order and stuff, and it's just a slow process.
Okay.
So what they did,
You're going for the experience, baby.
so they tried to modernize a little bit. So now they have these tablets that you go through and you order, right?
Yes.
And you tap, what you want.
Yes,
no,
and
no pickles.
and it goes into the computer system, and that way you're at least in the queue.
That's
not
right.
Having, that's actually pretty good.
Should it work? It's great. So when
and here's where the plot thickens.
so when Dave did it, something
The IT guy,
yeah, the IT guy, it malfunctioned. And
the supervisor IT guy,
right. So it did
with all the hardware.
That's right.
in the world.
That's right, and sticks of RAM.
And sticks of RAM.
Sticks of RAM. And to your left, is sticks of RAM. That's right.
See it. Tasty.
So
Tastes like chicken.
Those are lickable. And so I go there, and so I do, and it won't give me the option to pay for it, right?
Oh, dear. That's when you should have known.
It says pay cashier, and then the option is pay here, right? I'm tapping pay here, and it's not working. And so I say, okay, well, I'll pay cashier. So when I do that, it gives me the receipt, right? Here's your order. And the receipt has a QR code, and it says pay, scan and pay your QR. I was like, okay, well, I'll just do that, right? So I go to
again thinking we've got this.
Right.
This is
so
good.
I go grab my chips that were allotted with my sandwich, and then the drink that also was allotted with my sandwich, and I go to the table and I scan the QR code and I pay the $13 that it is for whatever.
Right, for your sandwich
and
your allotted chips.
Yeah, my allotted chips
and your allotted drink.
My allotted drink. So I was number 21.
Okay. Instead of number 8.
If I could got to pick the number,
21.
It would have been
lucky.
So
16. I understand.
So they were actually on number 16 when I got there, right?
So you were like, hey, I'm only 5 away.
Right. So they say number 16, and people go up and get their thing. And the people I was with, of course, were 18 or 19, 20, and 21. I was 21. So they get to 19, and the person, one of the people I'm with, gets their sandwich, and then 20, right?
And you're like, okay, I'm next.
Awesome.
Here we go.
And we're sitting there talking, and and everything, and I'm eating chips, and they said number 22. Huh, that's interesting. Number 23, and then about 10 minutes goes by, and we're at 27. I said, okay, I got to go talk to them. So I said, hey, I'm just checking on my order, number 21. She goes, did you not come up here and get your sandwich? I'm like, well, I would have. However, you did not say the number. So she looks through her system. She goes, that's weird. There's not a 21. And I said, this receipt says 21. See, there's a big 2.
And it also says that I have paid for my order also.
So she says, let me check on this, right? So again, you got to go up to the window to get your sandwich, right? There's the front desk or the front whatever.
And did you say to her, listen, we're going to have a little conversation here. You're going to say, I won the sandwich. And you're going to say, and then
I 2 the sandwich.
I 3 the sandwich.
I 4 the sandwich.
I 5 the sandwich.
I 6 the sandwich.
I 7 the sandwich.
I 8 the sandwich.
Not at this place.
Not at this place.
Because of the technology.
So
says the IT guy.
So she said, then she said, oh, I see what the problem is. Like, you didn't pay at the thing. I said, well, I couldn't, and explain to her what happened. And I said, but I paid, via the
QR code.
The QR code. And she said, yeah, it's showing non-payment. I said, okay, well, I actually used my phone. I used Apple Pay. So like, here's the name of your,
whatever it is, verifying that
I've actually paid for this. And I said, again, we're talking about $13 here, right?
Right,
like,
right. We're good either way, but I don't necessarily want to be double charged if I don't have.
And so they said, well, let me go get the manager because it's just not showing up in our system. Now, listen, I don't know anything. I'm not very bright.
Not true.
I've never managed a restaurant. Okay.
And he's a computer genius. Don't let him fool you. And these people are saying it's not in the system yet. We have multiple stages of verification that he possesses himself.
So here's the thing.
I might just do a whole episode like this. This is very suspenseful, don't you think?
It is. It's very.
Sorry,
yeah.
I'm so sorry.
So
ADD. Sorry.
So and again, I'm not intelligent, but if I managed a restaurant and this was going on and someone had waited at this point about 25 minutes, just make them the damn sandwich.
Or right.
While you figure out the monetary part
or don't
of
even
it.
worry. Right. You make the sandwich. No,
just make the sandwich.
So my brother-in-law was in restaurant management, and this is a classic example where he would say, okay, here's the deal. It's not worth anybody's $13 if it didn't work.
Right.
Give them the sandwich because you're about to lose a customer.
Right.
Potentially, I'm not saying you'll never go back there, but you're going to lose the customer forever. And guess what? That's actually a big deal because it's not just one person. They go tell other people.
Yeah.
And then those other people are like, well, and it may not cascade like that, but
it
potentially you
could.
could be losing multiple people. And it's like, hey, we could have easily made that $13 back 20-fold by the referrals that person likely would have given us.
Yeah. So they should have just made the damn sandwich, right?
Yeah.
So
because all you want to do is eat the sandwich.
Right.
You want to eat the sandwich.
And so they couldn't.
And it couldn't happen.
So I'm standing at this window, and so then they send me to the front.
Was it above your chin? Were you just
It was
I
actually
would like
had my hands up there and just please give me my sandwich. So they say you'll have to go to the front while we figure this out. So they bring the manager up
in the little lobby. Was this the little lobby?
and this is the front, yeah, the very front.
Where the lobby's at.
Yeah,
There's not much lobby.
There's not much lobby.
This is good. So that were there other people there? So you were going to have a nice conversation with the manager in front of all these other people. In
Yeah,
the small space?
there was people like ordering like food and stuff like that. And I said, so, because the manager was like, apparently they went and got the manager, but didn't tell the manager what was going on.
So you had to go through the whole process.
I said,
again.
so yeah, I ordered it. I couldn't pay. So I paid via the QR code and all this. And, and I said, here's where I paid. And she goes, well, that's weird. And the whole time, again, we're at like 30 minutes now. And I'm like, just make the sandwich.
Right.
And so they're going through this. And I finally even say it. I'm like, while we're doing this, could
Somebody make my
I have limited time here, so at this point I'm going to have to like get it to go anyway. Would it be possible for somebody to just make my sandwich while we're talking about this? And they're like, "Oh yeah, we can do that." And so this lady goes, "Yeah, I can make it right now." And I'm like, "Thank you for actually making the sandwich right." So the manager so the manager says there must be a glitch in the QR thing because it's not coming through to our system. And I said, I don't have time to fix that.
But I could. And here is my stick of RAM to do. No.
I've got a leadership meeting in like 10 minutes that I have to be in. It takes 5 minutes from here to get to work. So this has got to take place now. And she says, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go in and void that order. Now, again, I'm not smart, but here's what I know. If you can go in and look to see the order and
void it,
and have the opportunity
then somewhere
to void
there's got to be a receipt that it happened.
I just want my damn sandwich.
And my chips that I was allotted.
And my chips that
And,
were
and
allotted.
my drink that I was allotted.
And so it gets better.
Is so bad.
It gets better.
It can't.
Oh no. Oh, listen. So they said, okay. And I said, listen, here's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to pay for this stupid sandwich twice. That is not going to take place. The acceptable outcomes here are you give me a sandwich.
Where do we go?
Or
where do we go now?
Or
where do we go?
You get my money back.
Ain't paying no.
And I'll eat a protein bar when I get back. Because I mean, people who know me know that I don't eat anyway. So I mean, I'm like 1,000 calories a day, maybe. Like
This is true.
I mean, it's like 2:30 right now, and I haven't eaten today at all. Right? I just don't eat. So anyway. As I say to my doctor now, he's like taking notes.
I am the opposite.
Yes. I have eaten with you before.
And you have seen
yes.
me eat,
Yes.
so therefore that's also why I exercise. Or try to exercise.
So I'm like, so here, the only scenarios that are acceptable here is I will pay for a sandwich if I get a sandwich. At this point, you should probably just give me the sandwich and also refund my money. I mean, that's what should happen.
Because I've not done anything wrong.
Right.
And again, multiple steps here that I can present to you of me doing what
Yes.
I was supposed to do.
Yes.
And your system not working is not my fault,
And so
says the IT guy.
at this point,
And they don't know your IT.
no, they don't.
Oh, my goodness.
So at this point, we've got like 6 people standing around a cash register, like talking about this.
See,
with
that's
me.
just ridiculous.
And I said, and while we're talking, I said, hey, listen, can I just get a sandwich?
This is so terrible.
I'm like, I just want a sandwich. And they're like, and she's like, oh yeah, honey. And that's when she's like, well, let's go ahead and make it. And I'm like, awesome. Let's get some movement on that. And then we'll figure out the case of the missing $13. So I'm like, this place has been in business for 20 years. Is $13 going to put you in hock? Is that the end of it? So anyway, so the manager says, okay, so we're going to void that. And then put it back in the system, and you can pay here. I said, okay. I said, I just want a sandwich. So I pay again, and they did void it. I mean, not to leave that hanging out there, but they did void it. So I pay again, and then they say, okay, well, we'll call you when the sandwich is ready. And I'm like, what's going on here? Like, why is it? I mean, it's a steak and cheese sub, right? That with nothing, you know me. I mean, there's no green peppers. Right, nothing. It's just steak, cheese, and bread.
Right, which is about the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
I mean, and if they just put it through do they toast them all? Like, do they have like the
The bread was even cold. I mean, it was just
Man.
the whole thing was ridiculous. So I'm sitting there, and the people that I'm with have already finished eating. I eat slow anyway, but the people I'm with are completely finished, and they're like ready to go. And then finally, like 10
And you didn't even
minutes
really
later-
get to visit as much as you would have liked to.
because I was up front doing all this.
Yeah.
45 minutes at this point and went by.
That's ridiculous.
And they said, number 21?
And you were like, I'm freaking right here.
So-
you all have been talking with me for 45 minutes
So
in this ordeal.
it gets better. So I go get the sandwich, right?
I'm never going to this.
I get the sandwich and I go sit down and
it was. Please tell me it wasn't the wrong.
no.
Okay,
It gets way better though.
Oh,
So
there was a roach in your.
no. So I'm eating the sandwich. It's actually really good stuff. And so
I'm still not going.
The people that were with me, they're like,
I'm not going.
They're like, hey, we'll hang out while so it's right.
Right,
So,
because we'd at least like to maybe talk to you for a
Right.
minute, because that's kind of what you do.
So I'm eating the sub, and then like 5 minutes later, right, I hear number 21.
No.
So the system that they said that didn't work actually worked. It just took that long for that order to go through the system. I went up there and I'm like, I was number 21, but all these issues. And she said, "Oh, well, did you pay for this sandwich already?"
Oh my god! I would have. Oh my gosh!
It's just where you just want to get all of the people that work there together and say, "Listen, you guys obviously
You're not going to make it another 20 years like this.
something is wrong.
Six
with you
people.
all. Something is wrong."
6 people, and it ended up you made my sandwich twice.
Right.
Wow.
It didn't even question it. And
Wow.
these are all people. It's not like it had happened forever ago. It was 10 minutes ago. And the person making the sandwich and then the person at the window who said number 21
Had already said 21.
Had already said 21. And she was the first person I had the conversation with.
I'm telling you, it's people. People are they're just stimulation, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Response. It's like A has to go to B.
Right.
That's it.
And they can't think. They can't.
We're putting the peg in whichever hole's available.
Right.
And that's it. And if you deviate from that,
There was a hole
mean,
I
they
would
will
like
look-
to
they-
shove that
they-
sandwich into. I can tell you that. There's 6 holes, as a matter of fact.
if you smell what Dave Man has been cooking, that's terrible.
It's ridiculous.
I'm never going.
And this only happened. I mean, and when I sat down at the table,
sorry, sub shop. I guess you have to make another 20 years without me,
two-
which you will. But
the two people I was with, they were laughing. They're like, "This would only happen to Dave. It wouldn't happen to anybody else. Only Dave. Only Dave does this happen to."
I mean, I'm kind of just out of.
Isn't it ridiculous?
I'm pretty much. Yeah, I'm just. I have no words. I really don't.
Yeah.
Like that.
My only hope is the place that I'm almost tempted to name.
No, don't do it.
My only hope is they listen to this and like, yeah, that was ridiculous, because they could have handled this so much differently. Like they you know what? Here's your sandwich,
Right.
and it would have been like, oh, cool, thanks.
Right.
Yeah, because all I wanted was my sandwich.
Yeah, I'm never.
And I don't ever go to lunch anywhere anyway. Like
Right.
to get me out of my office to go to eat lunch. Very few people can do it. Right. Lindsay has came to like bring me food before. She's like, because you're not going to eat if I don't come. My friend Anna, when she asks to go to lunch, I go to lunch with her. If we were in close proximity, I would go to lunch with you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And vice versa.
And-
yes.
But to get-
however, I eat in my office and
course you
chart
do.
and work.
Right.
Because that's just what. Yes.
I eat a protein bar for lunch
oh
while
no,
I'm
now,
working.
I eat.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I do eat because you know me.
but yeah, so to get me out of the office it's
Right.
an ordeal.
And again, it wasn't just the food part; it was the fellowship of
Right,
it, and
right.
you weren't able to do any of that
Right.
because
Yeah.
I'd have been just a steamboat. I'd have been like, "Listen, I'm just gonna go outside because I'm exasperated because 6 of y'all." There's 6 of you and 1 of me, and only one of us is making any sense and is actually getting somewhere by me saying, "Do you think you could make the sandwich?"
Right. I can't understand why somebody just didn't say, "Hey, while we're trying to figure this out, how about we make the old boy the sandwich that
Over $13.
over $13?"
That's awful.
Because listen, you could go to McDonald's. Let me tell you how this works. I could walk into McDonald's and not buy anything. Walk up to the counter and say, "Hey, you guys shorted me a cheeseburger in my order. When did you make your order?" It was a couple days ago. You know what they do? They give me
They gave you a cheeseburger.
That's what they do.
I agree.
because it's not worth it.
No, I have done that before. Like I'll call, like if they mess up the order at places, I'll call them and like, yeah, just come back whenever.
Yeah.
And you know what they always do? I mean, I'll usually have my receipt and I'll be like, hey, this happened.
They don't need to see it though.
No, oh no. And they're like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you needed like, you didn't get your chocolate shake? Okay. Because you know why? Because it's 19 cents that I paid $2.99 for. They don't care.
No, they don't care.
They're like, oh yeah, no, it's no problem. It's they lost, I mean, obviously it's probably more than that when you factor in labor and everything else, but
still,
they still, the profit margin is such. It's like, it didn't cost $13 to make that sandwich.
No,
no, not even with labor.
No, that's ridiculous. I mean, imagine like
I did.
Because one of our restaurant we go to probably about once a year, usually anniversary or something. We'll go to Ruth's Chris.
Yeah, they wouldn't have done that at Ruth's Chris.
Let me tell you something. At Ruth's Chris, if you say this steak tastes a little funky, let me tell you,
they will bring you a brand.
They'll bring you a new one and not charge you.
That's
for
correct.
Anything.
They say nothing,
and then give you gift cards for the next time.
That's
you come
correct.
back, because that's how you handle that sort of stuff.
That's exactly right. Of course. Have you ever actually had that? I've never had that happen.
No,
there.
that's
what I was going to say.
I've never had a bad experience
at a Ruth's Chris. I've never had that happen. No. Now again.
Right. I mean, yeah. I mean, there was
and I love mom and pop places. That's
I do too. I love dives.
I love stuff. Yeah.
There's a place in Oak Ridge called The Other One.
Oh,
that's the name of it. The furniture they have is old Long John Silver's furniture. You can't beat it. You can't beat it. They make the great. They have a burger called the Tobin.
Stop.
And it's like 3/4 pound, and it's bacon cheese, and the buns are grilled cheese sandwiches. It is the greatest.
Do you eat that whole thing?
It takes me like 4 days.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, I had to cut it in like fourths and like
I mean, that'd probably give me a heart attack.
They have one called the Tobinator, which is 2 pieces of meat and then 3 grilled cheese sandwiches, one in the top, middle, and bottom. And they have a Fat Man Challenge, and it's like a 7-pound.
I'd throw up. No.
And you get your picture on the wall if you eat the.
Yeah, I can't eat. No, I couldn't do that.
We need to go there sometime because the food's amazing.
The other one.
Do
they have good fries?
Yeah, everything there is good.
Do they have 911 sauce?
They don't. They don't.
Or the Applebees on a date.
But I've heard that like they make something spicy there, like a burger, like ghost pepper burger or something.
Heck,
and they've talked about people like just throwing up as they eat it.
That's what I was going to say.
So hot.
No, not doing that. No, that's a good way to hurt yourself.
Yeah.
No, I'm not about that.
Yeah,
I just like good food.
You know, the last time we were at Ruth's Chris, though, I was perplexed because I like to watch people. That's what I like to do. That's one of my hobbies. It's an interest, not really a hobby. George Carlin always said, "Hobbies cost money, interest are free." So it's an interest of mine. And so here comes this family comes in. This woman, she's just absolutely gorgeous, right? And then it's clear that she's with this dude, and I'm like,
he's not so gorgeous.
No, it's like that dude's got money. He has to, because there's no reason on earth she should be.
There you go.
And I'm pretty sure she is one of the local news people here.
Ooh.
The Knoxville area.
Scandalous.
Yes.
Did they get the seafood tower for $120? No. I've always wanted to do that, but I've never
the seafood tower.
I've never done it. Have you ever seen that thing?
Yes, I have.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. I want to say they got.
But I'm like, it's a steakhouse. I'm not getting.
No. And if I go to Ruth's Chris, it's a filet. That's what I get. I'm getting a filet every time. A filet, and we get the lobster mac and cheese, which is, it just brings tears to my eyes. It's so good. Like when they set it down at the table, I'm like, thank you for bringing that.
Yeah, everything. It's good.
But again, that and then like Fleming's, like I've never had a bad experience at Fleming's.
Yep, Fleming's is good too.
You know, and so again, the scale between this, Sub Shack and, the Quick Sack and the...
The Quick Sack's QR code would have worked on time, though.
The Quick Sack takes care of you.
Listen,
the Quick Sack
every time.
Always takes care.
Always quick, always a sack.
Always a sack.
For your snack. Don't talk back, Jack.
That's a fact.
Bring it on back.
Yeah, that's all I got.
That's it.
That's the end of this. That's the end of the sub story. But
only you, man.
Only me. I'm worried today. Like, what else is going to happen? Because I got to take Landon to see this Sonic movie, Sonic the Hedgehog Part 2, because they have unfinished business that they need to make another movie.
That's it. How much more can we extort from the parents?
Sonic versus Will Smith. And so I got to go see that. And I've never really had a bad experience at Regal either. Like, we're big Regal fans. Like, we go to the one on Turkey Creek. I like to watch
the Pinnacle.
Yeah, we go. We always see movies at the RPX.
Yeah,
because it's got like nice seats, and I always get the exact same seats every time. And Yeah.
Not that you're particular.
Not that I'm particular.
Now, let me ask you this. This is a good... What happens if somebody's trying to get in the same seat that you're trying to get?
Well, they're reserved. So you actually,
That's my ignorance.
Yeah.
Oh, so you... Oh, look at that. So when you... Okay. So this shows you, because have I been to a movie lately? No.
Yeah.
No. Laura's not really a movie person so much.
No?
No. And I mean, I guess I like superhero movies, or like the old school, like, Sylvester Stallone, Schwarzenegger, Van Damme, all those movies. That,
you were there to see Over the Top.
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Yeah, man.
Speaking of which, Sammy Hagar did part of the soundtrack to that. I've totally forgot that.
What a tie-in. What a tie. I about knocked your stick of RAM off again. That's too close to my bows. I did play basketball, give a quick... Anyway. Yeah, So you request the seats.
When you get tickets, you can select your seats.
Nice.
Yeah. And I always get the same ones.
Nice.
I mean, to the point where like Landon gets there and he just runs on up
because he knows where
he knows where we're going.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I think that's cool.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's. Yeah, I like having
no bad experience there.
No
QR code delayed.
Although I will say some of the people that like they get confused when you're ordering stuff like for like food and stuff.
Oh,
it's like I want nachos and 2 drinks. And would you like to try a slice of pizza? You mean for free? You want to just hand me a slice?
You're going to give it to me?
Yeah.
You're going to give it to me? Okay.
Try it. So if I bite into this slice and give it back to you and say, nah, no thanks, that's okay. That's what you're telling me. Yeah. So I don't know.
The marketing scheme of the managers. Yeah. Now make sure that you offer an additional item.
Right.
They might be the mystery shopper.
Yeah, because they would like...
when I worked at Staples, we would have to always do that with everybody.
Yeah, when I worked at Long John's, we had to offer like an extra...
You had to do that, because if it was the mystery shopper, you got big points off for not offering the additional item. I hated that.
We had somebody... When I worked at Long John's, somebody actually announced themselves as the mystery shopper.
Stop!
And we thought they were just like saying that, but like, no, they were serious. Like, they told us like stuff that you wouldn't know unless you were.
Oh, wow.
But they love Long John's. So like, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm going to give you 5 stars.
Dip that fish.
Dip that.
Caught you off guard with that.
Oh, you did.
And the chicken. Dip the chicken.
I was a fish flipper. That's what I did.
Bet you were.
I was fish flipper from way back.
With the basket.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then scoop it.
You can do like 20 pieces at a time is what you're supposed to do. And you start in the corners, right? You drop them in the corners. Like you have tongs and you dip it in the batter. And you,
yes.
And you swim it. And you swim it.
Shake.
It's called swimming it. Swimming it into the grease is what we used to call it. Yeah. And the shrimp, you had to hold them by the tail and swim those out. And like you would get your fingers burned and stuff. I still have scars. Should have been workers' comp.
I was going to say, how do they not?
I got burned by a water hose there once. I did. Our water was really hot, right? Like,
Dave.
And the hose slipped out of my hands and went into my shoe and got lodged. And like I had like...
Now, wait a minute.
Yes.
Okay. This was not part of the show. That is impossible for a water hose to drop into your shoe.
No, it's not. It happened.
Would you have clown shoes on? How much space are you working with?
So I had boots on because you had to buy a certain kind because you couldn't walk around without falling in the grease and everything. So so they did like a payroll deduction thing. So you had these shoes, right? So it was this hose hooked.
You had to buy your own uniform too.
I did. Yeah, the water bra was really expensive, and and so
swimming out there.
And so the mop sink, right, we put a hose on it, and our water temperature there was really hot, right? Because you're whatever with grease and stuff, and it slips out of my hands while it's on, and I'm reaching to turn it off, and when I did, I guess I leaned forward to open up a little bit of space in the front of my shoe, I guess, and it went behind the tongue of the shoe, like right in. And like I turned it off.
I would have paid huge money to have seen that in real time.
Oh, they wanted me to go to the hospital because like it actually burnt like a layer of my skin off.
You had a 2nd degree burn.
Yeah, I mean like so I took a shoe off, and it was funny because there was a girl working there, and she was actually going to college to be a nurse, and so she's got like my foot like up on this table, and like she's like dressing it with like the first aid kit and everything, and it was really painful.
Smell my foot.
Yeah, it was really painful though, but yeah.
Did you go to the hospital?
I didn't go to the hospital.
Nah, that was probably a good idea. Do you still have a scar?
I do still have a
Do you have any anesthesia in that area? You, like if you touch it, you can't feel it?
No, nothing like that.
And it doesn't contribute to the sock
No, it doesn't.
debacle?
No.
Okay, just making sure.
No ill effects whatsoever.
That's good.
I did get stabbed at Walmart one time.
That's good.
That we can talk about that next week. So, some people say that I didn't actually get stabbed, but that's how I choose to remember.
Gotcha.
That's how I choose to remember it.
Something to look forward to for next week.
Yeah.
Dave getting stabbed at Wally World. He got shanked.
I was just trying to buy a sub.
They made
That's all I wanted was a sub.
I scanned the QR code and it didn't work. Actually, it did work because my Apple Pay confirms it, and 30 minutes later, number 21. And then 33 minutes later, no, sorry, 47 minutes later, number 21. 50 minutes later, number 21.
You should have gotten 2 chips.
Well, we started joking that maybe like I could probably look back at my Apple card and I was charged for like 10 subs that day.
Don't you always worry about that?
300 subs that day because of all that.
Sub man. Welcome back, folks. Back in the habit next week.
That's right.
Number 18.
Yes, number 18. Are you going to dress up for number 18?
Maybe.
Okay.
It's hard though. It's hard. Colts, Broncos.
Yeah,
Somebody left him for dead. The other resurrected.
that's true.
You know, just saying.
That's true.
But he and then they put a statue up in Indianapolis.
Right.
Anyway,
It's the house that Peyton built.
That's it.
The big old drum.
That's it. We'll do better next week, folks.
We will. Well, yeah.
Tell them where they can hear us at, Dave, or see us at.
Yeah, you can see us on YouTube, of course.
Yes.
On our official YouTube channel.
Yes.
If you would like a sticker, go to our website and tell us I want a sticker.
And send an envelope with paid postage. The budget is lean.
That's right.
We are not giving you a $13 free sub.
But you can hear us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Pandora, TuneIn, Podcast Addict, Pocket Cast, Overcast, and the Podcast Index.
Ooh, Podcast Index. PI.
Yeah, I don't even know what the hell that is, but you can hear us there apparently.
That was a D. B. B. P. I. Straight up. Boom. I'm a little off. Coming back from vacation. Thank you all. Thank you, Europe. Thank you, Germany.
That's right.
Thank you, everybody that listens. And thanks for watching the YouTube. That's awesome.
I don't know why you're
I
doing
bet
it.
they just get a laugh watching, look at us.
Right.
Right?
Right.
See y'all.
See you, folks.